Have you ever gone for a walk, maybe around the block or at your local park, and come home feeling like something was missing? Like you moved your body, but your legs still feel stiff, or your balance isn't quite what it used to be? You're not alone. A lot of people believe that walking is the perfect exercise once you're over 70. And don't get me wrong, walking is wonderful. It gets your blood flowing, clears your mind, and helps with mood and heart health. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. Walking alone just isn't enough anymore. As we age, our bodies change in ways that walking by itself can't fully address. We start to lose muscle faster. Our balance can become shaky. And little things, like picking something up from the floor or stepping onto a curb, can become surprisingly difficult. Staying independent after 70 isn't just about how far you can walk. It's about how stable, strong, and confident you feel while doing it. In this video, we're going to go over 5 powerful, low-impact exercises you can start doing right at home. These movements target key areas of your body that walking doesn't, like your core, your hips, and your ability to react quickly. Each one is simple, safe, and proven to help older adults stay mobile, balanced, and independent for years to come. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy gear. Just a little consistency and the willingness to start. So let's begin with one of the most overlooked muscles when it comes to senior mobility, your glutes. Yes, your backside. Strong glutes help you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, and keep you steady on uneven ground. The problem is, walking doesn't really engage them fully, especially if you're walking at a slow pace on flat sidewalks. One of the best ways to fire up those muscles is with something called a sit to stand. It's exactly what it sounds like. Sitting down and standing up from a chair without using your hands. Simple, right? But powerful. Try this. Use a sturdy chair. Sit down slowly, then stand back up using just your legs. No pushing off with your arms. Do it 10 times. You'll feel it in your thighs and glutes, and over time, this movement can literally prevent falls. That's not an exaggeration. It's been shown in studies that older adults who practice this regularly have better balance and strength, and are more likely to maintain independence in daily life. You can even do it during commercial breaks while watching TV. Now, let's talk about your ankles and calves. You might not think about them much, but they're key players in keeping you upright and stable. They help with push-off when walking and adjusting to uneven ground. One incredibly helpful move here is the simple heel raise. Just stand behind a chair, hold onto it lightly, and slowly rise onto your tiptoes, then lower back down. Do it slowly. Feel the muscles working. This improves circulation, strengthens your calves, and supports your knees and hips. And strong lower legs mean better balance, especially when you're stepping up or catching yourself from a misstep. Okay, one more for today. Your core. Now I know, the word core makes most people think of crunches and sit-ups, but that's not what we're talking about. Your core is your body's center of control. It stabilizes you every time you reach, twist, or stand still on one foot. A weak core means a weak foundation. That's why a simple exercise like the seated knee lift is so important. Sit in a sturdy chair, lift one knee at a time up toward your chest, just a few inches is fine, and hold for a few seconds before lowering. Do each leg 10 times. You're strengthening your lower abdominals and your hip flexors without straining your back. These movements might seem small, but the difference they make? Enormous. They target the muscles and reflexes that walking alone doesn't activate. They build the strength you need not just to move, but to move well, safely, and independently. And here's the encouraging part. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. A few minutes a day, most days of the week, and your body will start to thank you. The stairs won't feel as steep, your balance will return, and you'll move with more ease, more freedom, and more confidence. Now that we've covered how to wake up your legs, boost your core, and build lower body strength, let's move into something just as essential, your upper body and how it protects your posture and your ability to carry, reach, and support yourself. You might be surprised at how important this next step is. You might not think of your upper body as something that needs attention if you're already walking regularly, but the truth is, your arms, shoulders, and upper back are the secret support system behind nearly every movement you make, especially as you age. Think about how often you reach up to a shelf, pull a door open, or carry a bag of groceries. All of these simple actions depend on muscles you probably don't even notice until they start to weaken. And that's where the next movement comes in: wall push-offs. This gentle yet powerful exercise strengthens your chest, shoulders, and arms without the strain of regular push-ups. Just stand about 2 feet away from a wall, place your palms flat at shoulder height, and slowly lower your body toward the wall, then push yourself back. It's a controlled movement. And what makes it perfect is that you're not fighting gravity as much as you would on the floor. Aim for 10 to 15 slow, steady reps a few times a week, and you'll start to feel it, in the best way. Your posture will improve, and everyday tasks will start to feel lighter. You might even notice your shoulder and neck tension easing up because strong upper body muscles help support your frame more efficiently. And speaking of posture, let's talk about something we all struggle with: that forward hunch. Maybe you've noticed it in photos, or you catch yourself leaning while you stand. This isn't just about appearance. It affects your breathing, your balance, and even your digestion. One of the best exercises to improve posture and upper back strength is the shoulder blade squeeze. You can do it standing or seated. Simply sit up tall, squeeze your shoulder blades together as if you're trying to hold a pencil between them, hold for 5 seconds, and release. Repeat this 10 times. It sounds easy, and it is, but it makes a big difference in keeping your spine aligned and your body upright. Over time, these small squeezes help your muscles remember what tall feels like. Now let's shift slightly from strength to something just as vital: stability. Balance doesn't just happen. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can fade without use. But the good news is, it can also be improved, no matter your age. Here's where we bring in one of the most powerful exercises for maintaining independence after 70: single leg stands. You may already know this one, but here's the trick. Do it consciously. Stand behind a chair, lightly holding on for support. Lift one foot off the floor and hold your balance for as long as you can. Aim for 10 seconds at first, then switch sides. Don't worry if you're wobbly at first. That's completely normal. With time, your ankles, knees, and hips will strengthen, and your brain will get faster at reacting to shifts in your body. This means fewer stumbles, better recovery if you trip, and a stronger sense of confidence in your day-to-day movement. It's also incredibly helpful to do this while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. These little balance tests scattered throughout your day train your body in real-life conditions. And the mental benefits? Tremendous. Balance exercises help sharpen your focus and coordination too. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, I can't do all of this every day, let me stop you right there. You don't have to do everything every day. What matters most is intention and consistency. Maybe Monday is your leg and glute day. Tuesday, focus on arms and shoulders. Wednesday could be balance. Mix them in as you go. What you're doing is building a toolbox of independence, one rep at a time. And there's something else you gain here, something you can't measure with steps or reps or charts. And that's trust. Trust in your body. Trust that if you slip on a rug, you'll catch yourself. That if you drop something, you can bend down and pick it up without fear. That if your grandchild runs toward you for a hug, you can scoop them up with joy, not hesitation. These exercises aren't just movements, they're invitations. Invitations to live fully, to move with intention, to prove to yourself that just because the calendar says you're over 70 doesn't mean your strength and stability are behind you. Far from it. Let's not forget, independence is more than just being able to walk. It's being able to walk well. to stand with confidence, to lift, to turn, to catch yourself, to live without constantly worrying, what if I fall? That kind of peace comes from the small choices you make every day. And right now, by watching this and trying these movements, you're already making one of those choices. Next, we're going to take it one step further and bring everything together with an exercise that ties into coordination, focus, and reflexes. Something that protects not just your body, but your brain too. And if you haven't heard of this one before, you're going to love how simple and effective it is. You've probably heard that as we get older, it's not just our muscles that slow down, it's our reflexes too. And that matters. A slower reaction time could be the difference between catching yourself and taking a fall, between confidently stepping off a curb or hesitating just enough to feel unsteady. But here's the exciting part. You can train your body and your brain to stay sharp. Not with anything fancy, just with a little movement that combines balance, focus, and coordination all at once. Let's talk about the heel-to-toe walk. It might sound like a kid's game, and honestly, it kind of is. But it's also one of the most powerful exercises to sharpen your coordination and activate the small stabilizer muscles in your legs and feet that walking often ignores. All you have to do is stand up tall, place one foot directly in front of the other, heel touching the toes of the opposite foot, and walk in a straight line, slowly, controlled, arms out slightly for balance. Do this for about 10 steps, then turn and repeat. You might wobble at first. That's okay. That's the whole point. Wobbling means your body is working to adjust, and that's how strength and reflexes build over time. If you're feeling unsure, do it next to a wall or kitchen counter. You can even lay a strip of painter's tape on the floor and follow it like a balance beam. Some people call it a tightrope walk, and honestly, that's the fun of it. You'll feel focused, engaged, and a little playful again. More importantly, you'll notice your brain checking in more often. Where's my foot? Where's my weight? Am I steady? That kind of awareness doesn't just improve movement. It prevents accidents before they even happen. Now maybe you're thinking, this all sounds great, but is it really going to help me stay independent? Let me share something with you. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that older adults who incorporated just 2 of these types of exercises 3 times a week saw significant improvements in mobility, balance, and overall confidence within 8 weeks. Not 8 months. 8 weeks. That's less time than it takes for a season to change. You could literally feel stronger by the time the weather turns. And here's the most important part. You're not doing this to look a certain way. You're doing it to live a certain way. To get down on the floor with your grandkids and not wonder how you'll get back up. To carry your groceries, reach that top cabinet, or get out of bed with a steady step instead of a shaky breath. These aren't just exercises. They're investments. In your freedom. In your comfort. In your dignity. So let's take a quick moment to reflect on everything we've built together so far. You've learned how sit-to-stands can fire up your glutes and strengthen your ability to rise from chairs and climb stairs with confidence. You've practiced heel raises to strengthen your calves and support every step you take. You've activated your core with simple seated knee lifts, improving your balance and control. You've protected your posture and upper body strength with wall push-offs and shoulder blade squeezes. And now, with the heel-to-toe walk, you're dialing in your coordination and preventing the kinds of stumbles that cause so many injuries in later life. It might not feel like much yet, but these are the kinds of changes that sneak up on you in the best way. One day you'll reach down and pick something up without bracing yourself first. You'll stand on one leg to put on a sock and not even think twice. You'll find yourself walking a little taller, moving a little more easily. That's independence. Not just freedom to move, but freedom from fear. I want you to know something else, too. If you've felt discouraged before, if you've tried an exercise routine and felt it didn't work, or worried you were starting too late, I want to reassure you, it's never too late to get stronger. Your body is more adaptable than you think. Your brain, your muscles, your balance, They're all still listening. All they need is a little practice, a little patience, and a lot of kindness from you. So start small. Make a plan that fits your life. Maybe it's 5 minutes in the morning before your coffee, or while you wait for dinner to cook. These habits can sneak quietly into your routine, and before long, they'll become as normal as brushing your teeth. And if something feels hard, or you feel off balance, remember, that's not failure. That's the exact moment your body is learning something new. Let yourself celebrate that. You are not doing this to keep up with anyone else. You are doing this to keep up with the life you love. And that's something worth showing up for every day. Before we go, I'd love to know, have you tried any of these movements before? What helps you feel stronger and more stable? Leave a comment and let me know.